Ladies and gentlemen, you sent in the memes. We're checking them out on the military meme review. So if you want to get involved, I'm going to have a link below in the description. Just comment below on the video. I will make sure that you get the link so you can join our Discord. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this video. Hating the feeling of having sand all over your body. Just girly things. And then the dude is covered in sand. You know this guy is either one of three places, I'd have to say. Either Iraq, Afghanistan, and there's a sandstorm that came through. Or number 3, he is at NTC, which is in California, the National Training Center, and he's covered in sand. I've never been covered to this point, but when I was at Fort Benning, Georgia, they call it Sand Hill. The amount of sand that is over there is unbelievable. Like, you'd go out and you'd get sand on you and you're like, I didn't even think I was in sand. How does this happen? He definitely does not look like he's having a good time there. All right, what do we got here? If you can read this, I'm never gonna give you up. I just got rickrolled through military phonetics. So, Elric, one thing to note about this is the military uses A through Z. They say Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot. The reason we do that and why we have the first letter with something is because over the radio, you want to make sure that everybody is clear and concise and you can understand what the person is saying on the other side. The way I can relate this is if you ever have been on a phone call and you're trying to spell something to somebody and they're like, was that a B or was that a P? It's easier if you say like, well, it's B for butter and P for pizza. The military has a standard across the board. That way everybody knows what they're saying. Imagine planning an attack on a U.S. Army combat outpost for months only to get smoked by a 19-year-old with Hello Kitty boxers and flip-flops. Look at that. What a guy, in a red shirt. So if I had to guess, he was probably sleeping or is just getting out of his bunk area, sleeping quarters, and they started getting attacked. So he just threw on his kit quick and then went running out there to go see what's going on. And it looks like with how these things are sagging on the side that it doesn't look like he has this thing fully on, which makes me think that he just tossed it on and went out there, go and run and see what they're being engaged at. And this looks like in the mountains of Afghanistan. What Owen Wilson did in the army is unspeakable. I love this clickbait ad that's straight up calling out Owen Wilson for war crimes. So here's the funny part. Owen Wilson was never in the military. This dude went to a military institution or like a military college or like something in high school, I think. And that's what that picture is from. He was never in. And then this picture is from when he was in a movie. Okay, we got a dude with a AR variant. It looks like AR-15, and he's got his freaking booger hook on the trigger, man. Okay, what does it say? I was gonna say you're cute, but the fact you don't know where to put your finger on a loaded gun without intent to fire probably means you don't know where to put your finger on a woman. Oh, she hit the nail on the head on this one. So in all actuality, you should never have your finger on the trigger unless you're ready to shoot at something. It should never be inside the trigger well. If it is, you better be ready to shoot something. So the fact that he's just chilling in looks like a garage or a house or something and he's got that, dude, that's a no-go. This is the reason why negligent discharges or people that fire their weapon system accidentally happen. Soldiers eat babies. World War I propaganda scavenger hunt. Is someone gonna tell my teacher that this isn't from World War I? Dude, it's the freaking soldier from TF2, Team Fortress 2. Are you kidding me? Now, to be fair, he's wearing a blue outfit, and the blue outfit was worn by the French soldiers in World War I. The horizon blue is what they called it. Now, it could have been seen as a cartoon for someone who doesn't know what TF2 is, but it's hilarious that it's freaking TF2 Soldier on there. Oh my gosh. When the Army recruiters find you at the bus stop on your way to your minimum wage job. Oh my gosh, they even have Bruce Banner, Staff Sergeant, United States Army, and they've got his banner freaking name tape. This is so funny. So I love recruiter memes because you got to feel for it. They even have the recruiter patch. You got to feel for them because they have the job to make sure that they get the women and men to join the military. And it's not an easy job, especially nowadays. There's only a certain percentage of people who actually qualify to even join the military, and it's getting smaller and smaller every day. Jogging in Chicago be like... So, yeah, just gonna move on from that one. Excuse me, do you have a moment to talk about freedom? Freedom! The thing that's around his neck, like a cape, is called a whoopee, a poncho. If anybody knows what a poncho is, it is a thing to keep out the rain. You put it over you. It's very large, and it's got a hood. This thing would go inside of it called the poncho liner, otherwise known as the whoopee. The whoopee is super warm. It's very nice. It's like a little blanket, and people have made them into sweatshirts recently. There's a company called Zero Foxtrot that actually makes them out of sweatshirts. or they make them into sweatshirts now. So super comfy, big fan. But dude, I love it. That's a beautiful picture. It looks like Afghanistan again, if I had to guess. When your best friend talks about joining the Marines, but you're too scared. Don't go where I can't follow. I'm telling you right now, ladies and gents, Lord of the Rings memes, I'm a huge sucker for. But you can push your body and mind way further than you think you can. Your mind will carry your body further than you think. And you learn that when you're going through training initially to really push you forward as you move forward in life. It really helps you figure out who you are, at least it did for me, and a lot more comfortability in who I am after going through that training, because you've been at your lowest and you've been at your highest, at least for me, like throughout some of the training and being in the military in general. And I'm sure there's people who have deployed and have done some even crazier things than I have that even have that feeling as well. Too scared? I think everybody's scared when they join, no matter what. And they're a liar if they say they aren't at least a little scared when they first get to reception or when they first get to basic training. So it's natural. It's natural to be scared, especially of the unknown. It's just a thing. We as humans really like to plan, and we really like to know the unknown or try to figure out the unknown. And it's something that you will never know, and just thrusting yourself into it sometimes is the best option. Nothing says I love my job better than tossing a grenade in a room with a smile. I talked about this in the previous video. There's nothing better than when you throw a grenade and you get that explosion on the other side of the barrier that you threw it on, and you get that jolt of adrenaline. It's amazing. And I can only imagine dudes that have deployed that have a close air support experience, or they have heavy artillery dropped in an area and you're feeling those thuds and booms. I can only imagine that that would feel very similar. But looks like these guys are doing some room clearing, and because of where the gosh darn cameraman is, I'm sure this is a training environment. Soldiers with shorter rifles, please stand closer to the firing line. All Navy personnel must sit and pee. Attention Marines, those are not breath mints. The branches love to give each other crap all the time. We always do. We always give each other crap, and then as soon as somebody messes with all of us, then we turn on them, and then it's all a gang fight with each other onto whatever it is that we're being attacked by. We give each other a lot of shit because we have a lot of respect for each other and what we do, and each branch does something specific differently. So I love it. And the Marines, they always get crapped on because you never know. Sometimes you get the they eat crayons or they're bullet sponges. That's kind of some connotations that are given. Marines, calm down. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying that's what is said about you guys, okay? So just... He's got a tourniquet on his head. You see that? The guy with the grenade launcher below? Oh, that is fantastic. Yo, this reminds me of something I kind of brushed up a little bit on or talked about in the previous video, is that a lot of the things that you do with some of your buddies in the military, it is very memorable. You know, you make a lot of memories with these guys and gals that you're with, the brotherhood and sisterhood that you form. It's hard to beat. And memories like this that are captured on video for them to remember forever because of some of the just random stupid stuff that they did, whether it be looks like maybe in a training environment or deployed with the COTS. It's kind of hard to tell. It really makes you appreciate those moments that you had with each other, even though they sucked, because embracing the suck together and going through hard things together really builds that bond. Me and my battle buddy about to wake up the platoon sergeant to tell him we wrecked the Humvee. Oh, so on Sandy Cheeks, platoon daddy, platoon sergeant is sleeping with the Whoopi too. See that? So the thing is, with the military, there's a rank structure. The platoon sergeant is the highest enlisted person of a platoon, whether it be a sergeant first class typically, or maybe like a staff sergeant promotable, or maybe a staff sergeant that's filling in. Regardless, you have the platoon sergeant and platoon leader being a first or second lieutenant on the officer side, and they will run a platoon. Platoon sergeant has to be told pretty much everything that's going on. So these two Patrick and Spongebob soldiers decide to screw something up. They got to let platoon sergeant know, so that way they can push it up to their company chain of command, and then if it's really bad, it goes higher. But a wrecked Humvee, oh, I feel bad for these guys. Some high schooler worried about he's gonna go to college, how he's gonna go to college. Motherfucker with free t-shirt and coffee mugs. So that's the thing, right? It's like the military thinks if we give them free stuff, they'll actually think about joining. But the thing is, like, the free stuff are things to get you to come to their booth, or if they're showing up to different places, they'll do giveaways to really get you to maybe just talk to the recruiter. It's a way for them to get people talking about it and get some of their merchandise out there. Military left baffled after 2x4 plank of wood acquires over 200 confirmed kills. Dude, the Ed, and Eddie plank killing the game. But In all seriousness, this made me think of, there's an MRE Spoon confirmed kill by a U.S. Army Ranger, apparently. Check into that. I saw some hit or miss. It could be, it could not be, but if it's true with the freaking MRE spoon, dude, those things are some hard spoons. Like, imagine a thick plastic spoon. That's what it is. The VA isn't playing around with these wait times. Dudes in Colonial, oh, ooh. So the VA is definitely notoriously known for having long wait times, but it's because they have a lot of people that they try to go through. And honestly, I don't fully understand everything that happens with those appointments and things. It's just something that's out of my realm of understanding, but I do know that the wait times can be absolutely absurd. And it's hilarious that they're saying, hey, this guy waited since the colonial times of America to get seen by the VA. 15 March 1952, the Wisconsin receives her first direct hit in her history when one of 4 shells from a North Korean 152mm gun battery struck the shield of starboard 40mm mount. Subsequently, the Wisconsin destroyed the battery with a full 16-inch salvo before continuing her mission. After destroying the artillery battery with her big guns, the Wisconsin received a message from one of her escorts, the USS Buck DD-761. The message read simply, "Temper, temper, USS Wisconsin. You dare oppose me, mortal?" Oh. You know what I envision this to be? It's like you're with your friends and you see your friend do something like kind of messed up and you're like, take a step back. You're like, dude, chill. That's literally what happened here. Freaking USS Wisconsin gets hit and it's just like, nope. And then just lighten it up. Freaking awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in on this video. I hope you enjoyed it. These are all memes that you sent in. So if you would like to be featured on this and like to see some memes, we can make a Reddit or we can make the Discord a continuous process. If you're not in the Discord, like I said, check the description below or comment below in the video. I'll get the link to you and hopefully we can continue this as a either every week or every other week or every 2 weeks type of deal. So thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate you all. We will see you in the next one. Have a good one, everybody.